Welcome to Subramani. Recently, a friend of mine called me up and said, would you like to be part of a network which will create more business for you?" And the minute she said that, I knew what she was going to talk about, because I was a member earlier of this organization called Business Network International, or BNI. It's a good organization, especially if you're young and if you're an entrepreneur and you are looking to add on to more business. And the way they talk is to say, who does not want to do more business? I do not want to do more business. Very clear. Right? So wherever I go in a group which wants to make me a better runner, a better cyclist, or a better investor, or a better businessman, attract more business, launch a PMS, launch an AIF, maybe even buy a mutual fund, it saps my energy. I don't want to do that. I'm not, it's not that I don't want to be competitive or things like that. I want to run maybe the best blog, but I'm not willing to invest that much of hard labor, effort, money, invest in people. I'm not willing to do any of those stuff, right? So I can't get it. I realize that. So I tell good runners, I am not jealous of your results. I am jealous of your efforts, because I can't put in that kind of efforts. So if I can't put in efforts of a Virat Kohli, I cannot expect to be successful like Virat Kohli, right? As simple as that, in any field. If I don't want to put in the kind of effort which an Amitabh Bachchan puts in, or a Sachin Tendulkar puts in, or a Virat Kohli puts in, I cannot expect that success which those people get. And I'm perfectly fine with this. It is not to say I'm not competitive, I'm not ambitious, or things like that. I have done it. It's been in the past. But even in the past, I was not so ambitious as people would say, and I don't want to use the word greedy, but at some stage you say that's enough. For example, yesterday one fund manager was saying, how many new schemes are we launching? Look at the landscape of mutual fund investing in India. You have companies which say we will invest in 30 companies which are focused. Then you have companies which say we will invest in 25 companies. You have PMS schemes. You have mutual fund schemes which say we will invest in 10 companies. Right? So what is really lacking? I do not know. I mean, I was just joking, saying maybe we need to have a geographic distribution, saying we will invest only in North India, only in South India, only in Central India, or something like that. Only starting with the letters A to M, or Q to S, or whatever, so anything like that, right? So you could have such diversification and say, oh, are you alphabetically diversified? Are you diversified region-wise? What happens if a Bangladesh kind of a situation happens in Orissa? So we will not be investing in companies like Orissa. I mean, there is a limit to how much of diversification one can seek, right? Large cap, mid cap, that's fine, you can understand. Then there is one large and mid cap. Why is there no large and small cap? I do not know, and I hope I'm not giving ideas to you, and then suddenly you'll have in SEBI category saying large and small cap, which will have no mid cap, or something like mid and small cap. Yes, we have small and micro cap. Well, we don't have, because we don't have too many micro cap funds, but it will soon happen. Then why no large and micro cap? We have retirement funds, we have children's education fund, but we do not have anything called old age expenses fund. So maybe we will launch a old age expenses fund and tell you how it is different from a retirement fund, right? So many schemes, so many funds, so many things to do, right? So largely, if you look around, mostly people are accumulating money far beyond their needs, right? They need, you sit with somebody and say you need 4 crores for retirement, and he calculates with his wife and says we have 27 crores. You need 4. You have 27. What are you going to do with the balance? So there is no answer to it. But tomorrow morning, are you going to quit your job and look after your health? Maybe there is no answer to that also, right? So are you willing to invest in health instead of investing in wealth? Are you willing to invest in social health rather than in financial wealth. I don't know whether people have those answers. I don't even know whether people have those questions. So constantly looking for how to have more or be more is, I don't know, I mean, to me it does not make sense, but there are people who do it, and there are people who do it continuously. If I wanted to do something like this, maybe I would have taken up a job in Citibank, and I would have traveled 24 hours or 24 days in a month, right? I could have done all that maybe, but I was never that competitive or ambitious, whichever word, or greedy, whichever word you want to use. So does it mean I'm allergic to making money? No, I still trade in shares. Do I need to? Can't I put everything in an index fund and go to sleep? Yes, I can. I need some activity, and therefore I am doing I trade equity. I still have money in mutual funds, but largely I choose mutual funds which which I can't do myself. For example, a global REIT fund, there is no way how I can do that, or a pharma sectoral fund. Pharma is one industry which I don't understand. I am not saying I understand other things, but pharma I don't understand. I cannot create a pharma portfolio. Even if you put a gun on my head, I can't do it. So I'd rather invest in a pharma fund. So, but I think large cap funds, I think I can do it myself. I can go and buy myself a Reliance, a Larsen & Toubro, HDFC, SBI, Infosys, TCS. I have all of that. So, do I need a large cap fund? Maybe no. Do I need a Nifty 50? Maybe yes. Do I need a Nifty 50 equally balanced? Maybe yes, maybe no. Do I need a company which does gold mining? Come on, there is a limit to how much you can diversify, right? So what do you need to eat every day? You need dal chawal. Maybe looking at me, maybe I need curd rice. So that's what you need. But the amount of variety, it's like when you go into a restaurant which has a thali costing 350 or a thali costing 900 or 2000, whatever. The amount of variety of food that is there it's enough for an army. So I would rather go to a thali restaurant which has a buffet system instead of somebody coming and serving on your plate, right? It just becomes too much variety. How much is too much? It's a question which none of us have been able to answer. Look at the mutual fund industry. Every fund house has 30-40 schemes running, and they'll suddenly come and say, look at this scheme of ours, it has delivered 80% CAGR. Wow, that's fantastic. But how much money would you have in it, right? So today if I came to you and said, here is a fantastic scheme, how much money would you put into it? On a 5 crore portfolio, would you put 2.5 crores? Would you put 5 lakhs? Would you put 50,000? So whatever happens to that scheme, it's not going to make an immaterial impact on your portfolio unless you really decide to bet the house on that. So that is not going to happen. So are you ambitious? Are you greedy? Are you competitive? These are questions difficult to answer, but whenever I go into a group, whether it is group of financial advisors, group of bankers, constant pressure is to say, oh, how to give more variety to the client, but the client wants this, right, or things like that. And I'm wondering, a client wants things which you tell him that this is available, or tell her that this is available and that is available. If you don't say anything, if you say, look, you got in your investment in 4 schemes, those schemes are doing well, I'm not going to make any change. Or to say, oh, this is a new NFO which has come, which looks very different. You need a multi-cap fund, you have too much money in a large cap fund, so can we shift some money from a large cap fund to a multi-cap fund? Then there is a flexi cap fund, then there is a large and mid cap, then there is a mid cap, then there is a small cap, then there is a micro cap, then there is a mid cap growth, then there is mid cap value, then there is large cap momentum. Whew. Just saying all those things is so exhausting. Imagine looking at portfolios where people have 60, 70 schemes. I'm not joking, 60, 70 schemes. 60, 70 shares is an overkill. 60, 70 schemes, if you take all the, let us say each company, each fund has 30, so 70 into 30 is 2000 companies. No, effectively it would be 200 companies because of the overlap that is happening. So how much is overlapping? Why you have invested in so many fund schemes? People don't have an answer. So when you don't have an answer as to why you are having such an why are you eating a thali every day versus what you really need is maybe one vegetable, two vegetables, maybe some rice, some dal, some dahi, and that's what you need. But here everybody has a thali and everybody wants to eat, and you tell him something like I think this is a good fund. It's like, oh, I already have. That's the more amusing thing. People earning few lakhs per month are very happy doing a 5,000 rupee or a 15,000 rupee SIP in one fund, and then claiming that wow, this is going fantastic return and things like that. But 90% of the money is lying in post office or bank deposits, etc., because they're afraid to come into the equity markets. So why are you so excited about the market doing well when you have 15,000 rupees in the SIP where you are capable of doing 1.5 lakhs? I don't think people have an answer. People don't go through the whole thought process of what they are doing and why they are doing, how much money they need, how much more money do they need. I mean, when you need 4 crores and you have 27 crores, really tell me, are you serious? Are you for real? Do you still want to go to office every day to earn money behind a job which you are not liking? Beats me. If you find an answer, please share it with me. Thank you.